Yeah, so I've always grown up a believer. Both my parents were very faithful growing up and kind of introduced me to Christ when I was really young. I got baptized when I was, a baby. So I started, going to church ever since I could walk. So I mainly gravitated and started building my relationship with Christ during youth church. I'd say fourth, fifth, sixth grade. That's when I really started to kind of understand what Christ was about and really start to learn about what it meant to be a Christian. And my faith really sparked and grew big time when I was in 8th and ninth grade. I think that's when I really started serving and really started being a part of the church. I would preach to the kids' church just about simple stories in the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Those are pretty easy to talk about and kind of the basis of what Jesus is about. So I think that's kind of how my faith started, and it's evolved all the way into college today. Honestly, that was probably my biggest thing right when I first got here. I was graduated a semester early from high school, so while everyone else was a senior in high school, I was here a semester early, and the class coming in before me had already found their fingers, had found their fellowship a semester before I actually got here. So it was kind of hard for me to find my fellowship and people that were believers as well, athletes around me. So I would say FCA kind of introduced me to that and got me some fellowship and got people around me that were believers as well and really helped me grow my faith. It's kind of a no-brainer for me. I had to realize, and it's a hard thing to realize as athletes, we can't fully grasp it because we're so busy with athletics, and we think everything's about our sport and performance. Everything's performance based in sports, but we have to realize one day that we have a higher calling, and that's to be with the Lord eternally, for eternal life. And I think the more I realize that, and the more I realize, hey, I need to do well in football, but I'm not being judged by the Lord on how good I'm doing in football. I'm being judged by how I serve, how I walk, how I introduce people to Christ, how I be a disciple of the Lord. So I think that was kind of a no-brainer to me, just to kind of resort to FCA and kind of get involved in the local church and the local community, because we have, as athletes, a bigger platform and can introduce younger athletes to Christ. And so I think FCA really gave me that.
Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.